Athenian Democracy, Lesson 3.2b. For centuries, the city-states of Athens were ruled by leaders with total power. Eventually, all of that changed with a new idea about government called democracy. Democracy was not like a monarchy, oligarchy, or tyranny. Democracy was a type of government that was for the people, by the people, and of the people. The idea was born right in Athens, one of the biggest Greek city-states. In a democracy, people have more rights than in other types of governments. The idea of democracy spread from Athens all over Greece. Today, many countries have democratic governments. Fast fact: in 621 BC, the people of Athens were frustrated with the government. The wealthy leaders were not treating the public very well. The Athenians hired a man called Draco to write down the laws so they were clear to everyone. Unfortunately, writing down all the laws only made things worse. People became even angrier when they saw all of the laws written out. They started to demand changes to the government in Athens. Around 594 BC, a man named Solon was elected as the leader of Athens. By that time, the poor people of Athens were very frustrated. Many farmers were so poor that they were forced to become slaves. Solon realized that he needed to make some serious changes. He did not want the angry people to overthrow him, so he took action. The biggest change that Solon made was ending slavery. He also made changes to the way leaders were chosen. He didn't think leaders should only come from certain families. Cleisthenes came into power in Athens around 500 BC. Like Solon, Cleisthenes made important changes to the Athenian government. He wanted to take better care of the people. Cleisthenes changed the idea of citizenship. Instead of basing citizenship on wealth and family, he based citizenship on where a person lived. He also gave every citizen of Athens equal rights. Cleisthenes set up a legislative body, which was a randomly chosen group of people who were put in charge of law and order in Athens. Both Solon and Cleisthenes were well liked by Greek people. The people felt like they were important and supported for the first time. Fast fact: once the democratic government was set up in Athens, the citizens started to gather in meeting places. They met to talk about problems and cast votes. Court was also held in these meeting places. Democracy in ancient Greece was different than democracy is today. Athenians used direct democracy. All citizens were allowed to vote. Decisions were made based on the majority vote. Today, democracy in the United States is an indirect democracy. People vote on leaders to represent them. These elected leaders then get to make decisions in the government. Greek democracy was also different because it was limited. All citizens could vote, but not all all people were considered citizens. Only males could vote. Women, children, and foreigners could not. Solon and Cleisthenes made major changes to the Greek government when they were leaders in Athens. These two men helped set up the first democracy. The word democracy comes from two Greek words. Demos means people, and archein means rule. Even though democracy has changed over the years, many of the basic ideas that the Athenians used are still in democracies today.